experiences and learning more about it. And I hope the listeners are doing the same. So, Sophie, moving to you as well, if you want to, and be as open as you like about it, your own experiences in this space.
Yeah, I think, well, I used to, at school love to play football, and there were a lot of boys playing football, so I always felt a bit like, not awkward, but you feel like, is it right to get involved because there's not many girls playing? And I remember like just thinking like, why not? I should be playing like if I want to. And I just remember like some of the boys would make me feel a bit like I shouldn't be there. And I just remember thinking like, should this be like, is this normal or am I just overthinking it? So I do think regarding playing football, I know there's the social media side, which I'll come to in a minute, but
Yeah.
I think regarding that sense, I think it's always been difficult because yeah, it's really hard because when I was at school, no one really said, "Do you want to play?" Like, no one would make me feel involved, even though I always loved football. So it was kind of really hard to push myself out there and be able to do that. And I have also played with girls as well, which has been a lot more comfortable. Like as a woman, it's nice. But I think it's just really important to kind of make everyone feel included in it because I know now in nowadays, what you see with the lionesses as well, women's football has grown a lot and we are seeing more women play football, which I think is amazing. But I think it is hard really when there's tons of boys playing, you kind of feel like you're wrong to want to play with them because it's a bit difficult. But growing up, I always used to play with my brother and my cousin, and it was always like a normal thing to do. It wasn't like because I'm a girl, I shouldn't be playing. And I think I'll always remember that really. But I think with social media, it's a difficult one because, as you mentioned, Tom, with YouTube, for me, I've actually been quite lucky because I always mostly get really nice comments when I do YouTube, but I obviously have had a few of, nasty ones about getting back to the kitchen, and I do kind of laugh at them because I think it's ridiculous. But
Mm.
then the other side is like, what goes through their mind to say that? Like, if you don't agree with what I say or if you don't like it, then that's fair enough. You can leave me a comment and say something, but it's kind of sad it has to go to the sexism side of it, rather than just giving you criticism about something. It's a shame that it does happen, and we do obviously see it a lot online with women maybe not feeling safe at games, as Laura mentioned before. And it's a shame because there will be women that probably when they go to games, they probably feel like they can't be alone, and everyone, should feel safe about going to a game. And it's obviously, I feel like we're doing good, but there's still a lot of work to do, I feel, because if the Lionesses as an example for women's football, we're seeing a lot more interest in it, but we're also seeing, like Laura mentioned with the Joey Barton stuff, how people have kind of jumped on the bandwagon of the hate situation. And it is sad to see, especially with social media. It's quite toxic at times. I know it's a lovely place to be, but I think we've still got a long way to go, really.
No, we absolutely do, and
Sometimes it's good to call them out because people always say to me, why don't you ignore it? And I think if they were saying this to me in the street or in life, I wouldn't accept it. I would say to them, like, what do you think you're doing? Like, being so horrible. Like, I would say something to them. But I do think as well, I get why people might ignore it because it isn't nice to read and you shouldn't really spend time thinking about it. So I think with the online stuff, it is a difficult one really because it can affect you. I will be honest, when I first kind of came on here, social media, and I did get it, it was difficult because I had it. The same person would constantly send me these messages. Like it was harassment, really, looking back. But it is hard to deal with that. Not just women, but men as well. Anyone experience abuse, but it is tough. But I think it's just really good to have these kind of conversations really with the people that are watching this as well. It'll help them understand even more.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's actually. I think I've seen some comments from people in the chat box at the start of the episode, just kind of like, in a way, putting it as a little bit of a joke, and then have actually realised the seriousness of the conversation and been like, actually, no, this is
Mm.
really important, and we